Hello, everyone. Simon here from ELSA Communities. I hope everyone is doing well. Everyone say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to be joined, as usual, by our community manager, Lucas, and our community administrator, Martha. These two people are the amazing people that keep ELSA Communities running day in and day out. They are the true warriors of those learning groups, along with our fantastic group leaders, which some of you guys are here today. Today, for this group leader summit, we have an interesting topic, and the topic is relationships. Now, there's different types of relationship, or relationships, plural. You could have personal relationships, you can have working relationships. These are the two subjects that we can cover through today's summits. But also, you can use the word relationship between two abstract concepts. I see a relationship between the war in Ukraine and the increase in the gas prices, for example, right? So you can use the term relationship in the abstract, but also in a more realistic way in terms of my relationship with people. I'm good friends with Martha. We have a friendly relationship. Same thing with Lucas and I. We have a friendly working relationship too. So the term relationship can be used in various ways and in various directions. And so hopefully we can start exploring this today. But before we do that, I'd like for everyone to introduce themselves very, very briefly. So tell us who you are, where you're from, and what you do for a living. Let's start with Tien. Go for it.
Okay, so I think you know me already. So my name is Tin. I am working as M&E projects officers for a project of the province. So I am from the south of Vietnam.
Fantastic. Let's ask Anas. Anas, remind us where you're from and what you do.
Hi, everyone. How are you? How's everything? I am Anas Masri. I am Jordanian. I'm in between job now because I left my last job and I prepare myself about a new career. This is enterprise architecture, but with the framework and standardization. This is by the opening group, as I told you
Fantastic.
last summit. Yeah. But now I am waiting.
That's right, Anna.
I've prepared.
Oh, Anas, in previous summits, you talked about your career transition, if that's correct, right? You talked about how you're preparing to move into a new career. I remember that.
Yeah, now I prepared the curriculum, my curriculum, and my cover letter to introduce with any opportunity that open for me in the future. So I prepare myself now, waiting any interview to be upcoming interview to be ready about this.
All right.
Good luck.
That's cool. So maybe you're on good luck with you. Yeah, everyone say good luck to
Good luck.
Anas here. Good luck, Anas. Yes.
Good luck, Anas.
And if we can help you with anything in the communities, just let us know and we'll be able to provide you with some support. Let's get to know Tin. Do you want to tell us where you are in this world and what you do?
Yes. Yeah, me?
Tin.
Yeah, let's have yourself. Sorry, my Vietnamese pronunciation isn't very good, so I apologize for that in advance. Yes, yourself.
Yeah. My name is Thich, and I was born in 1980. Yeah. Now I am a senior manager in the private company. Yeah. I work as a human resources manager in the company. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And the other Tin, let's have a look. So what do you do and where are you based?
I am a 12th grade student, and currently I'm living in Phuoc Island, which is the biggest island in my country. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining. We have a real student in here, someone who's actually doing some real work for once. Fantastic to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Let's ask Anqua, where are you from and what do you do? So we're not sure if Kwa An is here. Maybe we can't hear you, Kwa An, so you might need to turn on your microphone. Tell you what, let's move on and then we'll come back to Kwa An in a second. We have Deepak Rana here. Deepak, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello. Am I audible?
Hi. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I am from India. I'm an event manager. Hello.
Fantastic. Yeah, we can hear you. So what type of manager do you say you are?
I am an event manager.
Oh, I see, an event manager. Fantastic. That's cool to do. Is it mostly like clubs, nightclubs? Is it corporate events? What type of events are we talking about here?
I'm talking about the corporate events. Actually, I'm
Corporate
in
events.
India about the corporate events only.
Okay, fantastic. That's great. It's fun to have an events manager. Maybe you can manage one of our online events eventually as part of your being in the community. So we're really happy to have you, Deepak. Welcome.
Yeah.
Let's ask Prince Joel. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Prince?
Hi, Heyman. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm Prince from India. I'm working as a software engineer in automotive.
Sorry, Deepak, do you mind turning your audio off, please? Thank you very much. All right, sorry, Prince, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm working as a software engineer in automotive field. I have 2 years experience.
Fantastic. And how long have you been using ELSA for?
I'm using ELSA for 1 year.
1 year, fantastic. And do you like it?
Yes, I like it very much.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Tri Minh Nguyen, do you want to tell us about yourself a little bit? Just a quick recap of who you are before we move on.
Yeah, thank you. I think all of you have already known me, and I am a university student, and my major is software engineering, and I love ELSA, and I have a strong passion with English, especially with British English. And I am really happy to be a part of our community, and I am always welcome to be helped by all of you, and can help you as well. Thank you.
Amazing. I love that openness and that dedication. You're like, look, I want to learn. I'm always open to have a conversation. Just hit me up. Let's have a chat. This is the type of stuff I really like about our community, is that people are really keen to learn and they want to practice with others. And that's partly one of the reasons why we have these learning groups and these summit events for group leaders. Now, some of you sent in some videos this week based on the assignments that I'd given you in previous summits. Last summit, we talked about career and education, and the question was, do you feel like your education prepared you well for your career? Is that correct? I think that's what it was, right?
Yes.
So let's have a look at some of the videos that we have. Who do we have first, Martha?
We have here Tin.
All right, let's have a look at Tin's video.
I've got to, okay, share sound again. Okay, let me, hold on. Sharing screen.
There you go.
Tin's video.
The education always play an important role in my career. The higher education we have, the more we have chances to success. And I share with you that I am a senior manager in private company. The knowledge and skill from the university has helped me a lot when I work as an employee in my company. For example, the knowledge of human resource management has helped me get a good solution to solve certificated problems about labor relationships. The knowledge of business administration management from the university makes me get a basic foundation to make decisions clearly and logically. Thanks to the knowledge and skill from the education, I have the more self-confidence to face and overcome the difficulties in our career. So I advise you, young generation, you should try to learn as much as possible when you are students. The knowledge is really useful for you in your career in the future. Thank you for reading my sharing. Thank you.
Awesome.
That's right. That's right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I can.
Okay, sorry. I thought like the host was like, you need to unmute yourself. Basically, first of all, great preparation, right? You could see that Tin really thought about what he was going to say. He had some notes, he was prepared, and at the same time, he was able to detach himself from his notes. Yes, that's when you become a great presenter, is when you have your notes, you have internalized what you want to say, and then you deliver it straight to the camera. Fantastic, very professional. Also, lots of great vocabulary here, lots of great advanced vocabulary, right? We talked about human resources and labor relationships. We talked about decision making and about gaining confidence through education that helps you achieve greater things at work. And he also finishes with some advice to the young generation, which is really cool. Someone that has experience that says to the younger people, I think you should invest some time in your education. It was good for me, and so it's going to be good for you as well, right? So congratulations on a really, really good video here. Let's have a look at the next one, Martha.
No, that's me.
Hi everyone, I'm Lily from Vietnam. Nice to see you again. Today I want to share something about our topic. At Aviation Academy, I learned a lot of topics that I have never used them. What I learned in college that's only helped me about 10% in work, and 90% that I got experience on training on job. I asked feedback from my team, get advice from another managers, mentors. I think education in Vietnam is not good enough. It needs to be innovated more and more by reducing unnecessary theories and developing much more practice. Thank you for hearing, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts about our topics. Bye-bye.
Amazing. Round of applause for Lily, guys. So another really well-prepared presentation here. First of all, I love the layout. We've got some trees, we've got some branches, we've got like a little scrapbook setting over here. We've got some pins and we've got some Post-its. Really happy about that. Congratulations on putting some effort into those videos. This is really how these summits come to life, when the assignments you send in are really engaging for people. So fantastic. An interesting take also from Lily here. She says, yeah, education is good, but I learned most of it on the job. And she talks about sometimes education focusing too much on unnecessary theory. This is something she said exactly. So you picked up on that, Tin. Unnecessary theory, and saying, look, we need to be more practical in our approach to learning. And this is exactly what Elsa is trying to do. We're trying to be much more grounded into real life. What is the expectation from for English learners as to how they learn? Our goal is to make you confident and clear when you communicate in everyday situations in English. And this is really the purpose of this. And this was clearly exemplified by Lily here. So I'm really happy that someone has done that. Fantastic job. Great. Fantastic. Let's have I think we have a last video, or do we have one or two more?
We have
We have
one
two more?
We have
Two
one
more,
more.
two more.
All right, let's have a look at the next one then. We'll see if we have two more or one more.
Hello guys, this is my video task, and the question is, has the education I received prepared me for my career? So with the education I received, it provided for me many basic knowledge such as mathematics and algorithms. They are sometimes boring and academic or theoretical, but they are really important, and they are core knowledge for you to study at my university. And besides that, I received many knowledge about the procedure of a production process of how to make a software. It's not basically making software, but it is about dealing with customers, about the ideas, about analytics of the usage of users, investigation and preparation for the survey, and you have to create the documentation of feature requirements and then start developing the software. After that, you can move to the testing and maintenance process. And besides, I can learn some working experience and team working as well as problem solving skills. And I have a lot of opportunities to take the internship program with real company and real life problems. So I think that the education I received prepared really well for my future career. And that's it. Thanks for hearing, guys.
Round of applause. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Well done, Min, on this great presentation as well. Again, a great display of grammar and also a use of advanced vocabulary. Really, really good preparation as well. Really happy about that. Interesting take here on the relationship between training and career. Now, of course, Min is I think he's in a software, the production of software, right? And so you need a lot of basic skills for that. And he talks about his need for mathematics and understanding algorithms before you can jump into a career in that field. He says they might be a little bit boring, but they're important. So it's about understanding that, yes, you have to work hard on something that's a bit difficult now, but it'll pay off. To pay off, it means that you will benefit from it at a later stage. All right. Yeah, I love the Elsa background as well. Feel free to be creative with the backgrounds that you use going forward in those video assignments. That's really, really cool. What I really liked also about Min is that he finishes talking about really what we call in English soft skills. Soft skills are human skills that allow you to improve in your work. So he talks about teamwork and he talks about problem solving. And that's interesting that he also attaches these two concepts to the idea of an internship. Doing an internship allows you to mix the skills that you've learned in school and to start implementing them in a real way in the workplace. All right. So for another great video, we can congratulate Min for that. Do we have another video, Martha?
Yes, we have one last.
Okay, let's watch this last video, and then I see that Anas has a question, so we will move to Anas's question right after. Let's watch the final video and then go on with the question after that.
Hello, you guys. So my question is, has the education you received prepared you for your career? Right, so I cannot answer this question, to be honest, because I'm still a student. Right, so I'm gonna answer another question. What job do you want to do after graduation and why? Right, so I would say when it comes to job after graduation, I think I really want to be a flight attendant. You know, simply I love meeting people from all walks of life, and I you know, like traveling. Yeah, I really like traveling. And I also want to be a translator and interpreter, you know. I suppose I have a talent for studying languages. Yeah, I find studying languages kind of interesting to me. And you know what? At my school, I usually pass the English examination with flying color. Yeah, so I mean, it seems as easy as pie to me. Yeah, so that's it. So thank you for listening.
Oh, wow. Come on. Good round of applause, guys. Fantastic presentation here, Tin. First of all, with some honesty, right? He says, to be perfectly honest, guys, I've never worked yet, but I cannot answer this question. But I'll tell you what I would like to do, yeah? Yeah, Lily says, wow, good job. And I agree. Very, very clear communication skills. So someone who wants to be a flight attendant and a translator, which is interesting. There are lots of connections between being a flight attendant and being an interpreter or a translator, is you connect with people a lot. So I bet he has really, really good emotional skills as well to want to do these types of works. And also, I'm liking the fact that you're starting to use common English expressions. I passed my examination with flying colors. Now, this is an idiom. Colors don't fly, but it's an idiom, which means that we don't have a literal image here. It's an expression that helps us explain an abstract concept. So fantastic use of common expressions and idioms over here. Really, really happy about that. I would say good round of applause for Tin as well. Well done. Just a quick roundup. Martha, Lucas, what are your impressions on the video we've received? Let's start with Martha.
I actually really like the videos. They're a lot more creative with their answers compared to last time,
Yeah.
because last time they were a little bit more restrictive with what they were trying to relay to through the questions, right? But this time they played a bit more with their answers, and I really like that because that means that you guys are really receptive towards Simon's feedback. So great job, everyone.
Yeah, you guys are getting comfortable, and that's what we want, right? We want you to feel like this is your home, this is your hub, this is where you interact with others, and this is where you can grow, right? And I think that level of comfort is going to come with time, and I hope everyone gets more and more creative as we progress. Lucas, what were your thoughts on these videos that we've seen as our community manager?
Yeah, I think everyone done really great job. Especially me, I really impressed on your video, especially that you put the Elsa background on your video. Also, your presentation is really great. I see you are so confident, and that's making me so impressive.
Fantastic stuff. I think we had a question, so I'm going to give the floor to Anas for a second. Anas, you have your hand raised. I presume you have a question about the videos that we've just seen.
Hi, very well. This is not a question. This is only adding comments about the topic itself, about has education influence the career or not, because this is the relationship between the education level and the career itself. To be honest, you can't planning or something else about this career during the education, because you are going with that for granted, not for with planning, because every division or every faculty during the college, you can't select or opt your career during this. If you are in computer science, for example, you can't go with the artificial intelligence, you can't go with the database administration, you can't go with some career approach. After you start the journey, junior level, then you can't start, then you can't develop yourself gradually in evolution manner until you you reach the 30, I think, age. Then you can select, I need to go with this, because before that, when you are joining junior or you are senior, now you are working with the hard work. You can't planning, you can't imagine. But if you talk another, for example, entrepreneur and something for a small company, this is different. But if you talking about the continuum of the general and public continuum of education and the career, then you talk in a practical way. You can't select. You need after going with the senior level, then you can take this hard skills, and then you can go to the another planning for the career itself. You can, but you need to go with the managerial level. You can to go with the CIO, with the architect, with the every division. You need to go that suits your skills, because if you need.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I think you bring some fair points to the table here. The first one being, well, when you're in school, you don't have you don't see the forest from the trees. That's another idiom, another example of an idiom here. When you don't see the forest from the trees, it means that you're so in the middle of it that you can't really see what the applications are going to be of the work that you're doing. So that's why a lot of young people decide to have a gap year or a year of travel between the end of their studies and their beginning of their working careers, because they still need to figure out what they want to do with their lives. And as you say, depending on the type of job you do and the type of position that you have within an organization, different skills are going to be required. So thanks for those comments, Anas. I know you have lots of ideas. Yeah, go ahead.
I need to add atomic think about this. This is a habit. What habit you are engaging in your life, you adopt and adapt in your life. This is the habit. What you go with subconsciously, then this is the habit you need to learn. It is difficult, not it is simple. You can't learn more than 1 hour without train about this, without educate yourself and make this habit intrigue in your life. You can't. You need to go with this idea and make and embrace this habit in your life.
Yeah, so this idea of building habits is really, really important, and there are lots of really good books to help you out. There's a book called Atomic Habits that's worth looking into. So I might find the reference and give it to to our community administrators so that they can send them to the groups. Sometimes good book references are interesting. So thank you, Anas, for that contribution. Okay, so today's topic, we're finally getting to it, is relationships. Interesting. The word relationship, as I said before, can be personal relationships or it can be working relationships. I'd like for us to start in this first part of the summit on personal relationships. All right. So the relationships that you entertain in your life personally. All right. So I'd like to go around the table once and ask the question, what is the most important relationship in your life and why? So who is this relationship with? Let's start with Deepak. What's the most important relationship in your life?
According to me, my relationship with my mom. It is very beautiful relationship with me.
Aw, cute. Why is that? Deepak, why is that relationship so important to you?
I love my mom, and every time when she grew up me, and she take care of everything about
most important relationship for all of us is our family. Yes, yes. We want to have a great relationships with all of member of our. So by we can sharing, supporting everyone, and understanding. And the most important that we share our love to every member of our families. So I think the relationship in the family is very, very simple. It's not complicated, but it's very, very important to all of us. Yes.
Fantastic. So a big focus on family for you. So we have a mom and we have a focus on family. Let's ask Tien the question, Lam Nang Tien. Do you want to tell us about your most important relationship in your life?
Yes. Actually, I have a strong relationship with my family, especially my sister who is living in America. She's my younger sister, and she's also my best friend because we can share everything. She understands me. Sometimes she understands me like more than I do about myself. And she understands me a lot, and we talk to each other almost every day. Yes.
That's fantastic. So even if you're far away from one another, you still speak just about every single day. That's beautiful. I lived in a very far country before as well, and I was far with my family, far from my family, sorry. And so I had to have these phone conversations regularly to make sure that I keep that relationship and keep that benefiting my life, right? Okay, let's ask, Tin Din, why don't you tell us, Thomas, what you would like, what are the important relationships in your life?
I think that, in my opinion, there are the most important relationships in our life. The first, the most important relationship is the good relationship with the member of the family. Because normally every day we usually spend more than 8 hours stay at home. That is why when we have a good relationship with the member of my family, we always feel happy. And the second most important relationship we should have is that the relationship with the colleague, the co-workers in the environment. Normally from the 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day, we work in the office. If we build a good relationship with the colleague, manager, and boss, maybe we always feel interesting, happy when we work with them. Yeah, that is my idea. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. So you're already bringing in or foreshadowing the topic that we're going to talk about in the second half of this summit, which is working relationships. So family takes a big, important place. No one has talked about their partners yet. I know that for myself, the most important relationship in my life is my relationship with my wife. So I don't know if we're happy to talk about romantic relationships. If you want, you can. Yes, your partner can be part of your family, but also I think two people can share a very special bond when they are partners, right? So let's ask Deep. Deep, do you want to tell us about the important relationship in your life?
Hello everyone. I think the most relationship in my life is now is my family. Yeah, especially my parents and my son. Besides that, I have some other relations. Is my best friends. Um,
Well, thank you for that answer. So family, your son and your parents specifically, but also your best friends. And friends is an interesting segue into a different question that I have for you guys, and hopefully some of you can answer this. There's a saying in English, which is friends are the family you choose, right? So you don't have a choice to choose your family or not, right? You're born into a family. However, the friends, they're the family that you decide to have. So sometimes some people say, well, actually, friends are almost more important than family because you actively select them, you choose them to be part of your life. Let's ask the question to Tintin. Tintin, do you want to tell us about your thoughts on that? Friends versus family, what's best?
Friends and what?
Friends or family? Which is the most important
Definitely
relationship in your life?
family. Is
Family
the
for
most,
you?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, and do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
I would say my mother. Definitely, I really get on well with her. You know, whenever I'm overwhelmed with my schoolwork, I usually talk to her, you know, confide to her about my, you know, things to relieve my stress. So yeah, I really look up to her.
It's interesting that you mention stress relief. There are some studies done by scientists about the fact that the environment that you live in and the strength of your social relationships is actually good for your health. They've looked at people that live over 100 years old, and they found that all these people were living in societies where the family relations were really, really strong and really important. And also, they lived in small communities where the stress levels were really low, really relaxed. And so the secret to a long life is relationships and lowering your stress. So there you go. Who would say that they're stressed in life in general? Raise your hand with the reaction button if you would say you're stressed in life or not so much. Who's stressed? Now raise your hand if you think that you're pretty chilled out and relaxed in life. I think I'm pretty relaxed. Lucas is so relaxed. Martha, you didn't put anything up over here. I didn't see. Oh, okay. Martha's also relaxing about life. She's like, well, not always when I run the communities, right? But basically, this idea of stress is very much connected to our network. If we have people we can go to when we're having trouble, that's quite important. So maybe let's have one last intervention before we move on to the next half of today's summit. Let's have Tri Minh. Tell us about your relationship to family and friends. What's more important for you? Is it more family or is it more friends?
For me, I find it difficult to compare which one is more important or which one is important to me between friends and family. But for me, I will stand to the side of family because you know everyone will have their own family and their own parents and then they are always the best people on earth to us because they helped us, they grow us to become a human as we are today. So we have to love them and we have to support them. But besides with that, we also have friends who are really supportive people around us who can always help us in a specific jobs or tasks that we may find it difficult to deal with in our jobs, our working process. So I am totally agree with Tinh Binh with you have to have good relationship with your coworkers and your colleges and colleges to because you have to work with them and you may sometimes need their help to be better in your specific job. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, again, you're taking us a little bit into the next part of this summit, which is going to be about work relationships. But you talked a lot about family, a lot about friendship. It seems to me like it's an overwhelming choice that family is really the closest bonds that people can have. So great conversation on personal relationships. Here's now the homework that I'm going to ask for you guys to record and film yourself for next week. All right. So it's going to be about personal relationships, but it's going to be about a specific type of relationship. I want you to tell us about your best friend and why he or she is important to you. Maybe Lucas or Martha can type that into that assignment into the chat here. Tell us about your best friend and why she or he is important to you. All right. You can even describe them. Can you talk about certain situations where you've been in together? Maybe moments where you both were laughing about something very unique, an unusual activity that you've done together. So basically, send us a 1 minute, 1.5 minute video of yourself describing or talking about your best friend. All right. And if you can add a picture, why not? Let's add a picture. Let's see what who your best friend is. Let's try to get to know the personality a little bit as well. All right. So we're going to conclude the first half of this summit. Very, very busy, packed. We reviewed some of the videos that we received. We talked about personal relationships. We are going to see each other very soon in the second part of this summit to now turn our attention to working relationships. All right. So relationships at work. So Martha, Lucas, if there's nothing else on your side, I think we can say goodbye. Thank you to everyone of our group leaders for attending this first part, and we will see each and every one of them back here for the second part later on. So on behalf of Martha, Lucas, and myself, this was Simon for ELSA Communities. See you soon.
Thanks everyone for coming today.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye. Take care. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.